The Vixen Labs Voice Commerce Report is hot off the press, with the research only having been carried out at the start of September. And we've looked into the current awareness of voice technology in the UK, as well as exploring people's attitudes to rising technology and looking into how people are using it now and going forward. People from a wide range of demographic groups were involved in the survey, which was carried out online and taken by 1,000 people in the UK aged 18 and over. The research reveals differences in attitudes and usage between the different demographic groups, as well as gathering consumer views on the future of technology and anticipated levels of engagement with it. As well as taking a wider view on the use of technology, we also took a deep dive into 4 sectors at the forefront of using it: finance, entertainment, retail, and food delivery, with some very revealing discoveries. 50% of parents are willing to make purchases by voice, and just over half of people aged 25 to 34 with children under 10 are most likely to place a food order. Parents are discovering the convenience factor of voice and are happy to place an order on the fly. In fact, 40% of all users say they're likely to buy via voice, with just under half citing food delivery as the purchase they're most likely to make. We're used to ordering food by phone and online, and it seems the step to using voice to place that order is one many are willing to take. 8 out of 10 people are searching for information about products and services using voice, while 7 in 10 are asking voice assistants for information about specific brands and businesses. Is your information there to be found? When it comes to voice search, a voice assistant can only provide an answer to a question. You need to be sure your content is optimized for voice to be in with a chance of being that one answer, the answer at what the voice industry is calling position 0. And their questions can cover a range of sectors, with a quarter of people asking their devices about food and drink, travel and leisure, health, fitness and retail. Just over half of users are asking their devices for details about store locations and opening times.
A third of users say that they're likely to make a finance purchase via voice, which rises to a fifth in those aged 25 to 44. So while finance is the sector consumers are least comfortable using voice for, it is by no means a sector that should be overlooked. In fact, half of those surveyed said they would use voice to research a product or service, with those aged 25 to 44 most likely to consider using voice tech to support their banking and finance-related activities. So rather than leafing through 17 pages of a pamphlet to find out key information about a bank account, or decision-making around what type of card to have, or what type of financial product to take out for your mortgage, you can go straight to a conversational experience to get the information quickly and easily in a way that's digestible just for you. Half of the people in the UK who are using voice technology are searching for products. After all, if you can ask a question and get the information you need instantly and easily, why would you bother tapping in the query and wading through the links? Shoppers are looking for details about price, availability, and the functionality of your products. So, are your products and the information about them optimized to make sure they can be found if it's a match using voice technology? Just over half of people are also asking 2 super important questions, especially at the moment. Where are you and what are your opening hours? This kind of frequently asked customer service information is ideal for using within a voice experience, and retailers need to act fast to make sure their products and services are being heard via voice-activated tech. More than half of people are asking devices about the opening times and location of takeaways and food delivery services. People want to hear more about what is on offer from these outlets and are willing to ask their devices for the answers. They want to know more about the menu, the pricing, and the availability of the food, especially at the moment. More importantly, they're also ordering food for delivery using voice devices. In fact, in our 25 to 34-year-old super user bracket, 51% of people say they're likely to order food delivery via voice. Parents of children under 10 are turning to voice for the speed and convenience it adds to ordering takeout for the family. In the entertainment sector, a quarter of people are likely to book tickets for an event or destination, and this stat jumps to almost a fifth in the 25 to 34 age range. If we look at this in light of recent times, remembering the study was carried out during the first week in September, we believe these stats could be slightly higher if it wasn't for the pandemic. But this certainly shows a direction for voice tech. And we see people starting to consider making these kinds of purchases and becoming comfortable with doing that via voice. Users are also turning to the ease and convenience of voice for controlling things like the TV, and of course for listening to music and audiobooks. While using a speaker to consume audio is no surprise, it is interesting to see the demographic for these activities slip into the younger age brackets. So young adults using voice tech are likely to continue accessing content in this way, thereby driving usage growth as they get older. Overall, the research has revealed voice-activated technology is truly the tech of young families. So by that we mean those aged between 25 and 44 with children. This group of people are also the most open to pushing the boundaries of the tech and trying out new stuff. Voice supports multitasking and is a great way of finding out quick and easily digestible information whilst trying to juggle 10 other things at once. 2/3 of people say they use voice apps to automate tasks and save time, with 1/5 of those people being aged between 25 and 34. Voice is also being used to control Internet of Things, IoT, with just under half of people saying they speak to integrated household technology at least occasionally. For example, 4 in 10 are using voice technology to control their TV.
The recent pandemic has seen a change in culture and habits. Certainly there's been a surge in smart speaker use, with many people saying their use is unlike before, as it becomes embedded into the way of doing things. Voice technology's rise has been steep since the start, the uptake much quicker than mobile phones in their heyday. But the pandemic has accelerated that climb, with people suddenly realizing that they can use something that's hands-free, touch-free, and is using voice as a form of communication. Certainly at Vixen Labs, we've seen a renewed interest from brands around the world looking to ensure their information can be both found via voice and looking into how they can carve out their niche in the voice ecosystem before it gets too overcrowded. So there it is, a whistle-stop roundup of the Vixen Labs Voice Commerce Report. Believe me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We've gone deep into the stats, revealing key areas where brands and businesses should be concentrating now to ensure that they aren't left behind as voice technology becomes more widely available and more integrated into our daily lives. This report answers questions about how willing people are to check their bank balance using voice or make a transaction, whether people are likely to use voice to recommend products and services to a friend or make a reservation at a restaurant. And it also looks into how listening to an audiobook and watching TV using voice tech can be enabled. If you want to find out more about the Vixen Labs Voice Commerce Report, then head over to our website, www.vixenlabs.co, where you can sign up to receive our executive summary. You can also get in touch with us via the contact page there if you have any questions about the report, or if you'd like to chat with us about what the findings mean for you and your brand or business. Please do get in touch. Find us online at www.vixenlabs.co or send an email to info@vixenlabs.co. Thanks.